Alright, here we go. This is the part where we get our gun and attach it to the arm set and get it ready to use for Ray Faction Bone. First things first, I hope you saved the last file that was in the previous video because I didn't tell you to. I just named mine FP Beretta default.max. And let's see what we got here. The first thing we need to do is select all the bones. Just double click right here on the root, so it selects everything, all its children, and then we type in all bones, and right here in this little dialog box, and hit enter. This is a group selection window. We assign objects to groups, and we can easily select them and manipulate them. So when I want to later on select all my bones, I could easily do that and hide them. Once you do that, you just got the arm mesh and the gun mesh. We want to attach these two objects so they are one whole object. So you go right here, and then there's an attach button. In mine, take heed that this linking is not the same as attaching. Attaching creates it as one whole object. This just links to two separate objects. They'll still be their own object, and they'll follow each other around, but this creates one whole object. We want to do that with the gun mesh. So you select the gun mesh, and then this dialog that pops up is very important. We want to select match material IDs to material, and we also want to condense materials and IDs, and hit OK. Once you got that, you can open up the material editor. You'll also notice that the wireframe color of the gun mesh has changed to the same as the arm itself. That's indicating that it's one whole object, and the name is also arm set. Once we got that, open up the material editor, and we want to use our eyedropper and select our arm, or the gun. Doesn't really matter, it's one whole object anyways. Now what we are seeing here is a combination of all the materials that this gun uses, or that this mesh uses. We got the three textures for the arm, this one, and this one for the glove, and then we got the texture for the gun, which is the fourth material ID. If you got any other materials that your mesh is not using, but it's there anyway, it's best off to delete those and then find the polygons that material was using and remove them. But that's not the case right now, so we're just going to close it just because everything seems to be in order. Once we got that, this next step is very important. It is vital that it's done in this sequence. First, we gotta reset the pivot point, center the object to pivot point, and then align it to world in case it's off. Next, we need to reset the X form. It's vital that we reset the pivot point and then do the X form. If you do it the other way, it'll get all jacked up and won't work properly. And once we do that, collapse all, and that should be it. Now next, we want to, let's hide this crap, get this out of the way, hide selection. And then now we want to bring out all the bones. Hit yes, and it looks to be ready. Let's make sure the bones are unhidden. Where the hell are the gun bones? Crap. Okay, I just made a mistake with not assigning the gun bones to the all bones, which I should have. So what we want to do is just hide the biped, select that from the group selection, and then we'll select all these, double click again. This time you should see it select all the separate pieces. Just click up here once, or double click so it gets named, just enter again. Now when we got this, it'll select all the bones, and then we can hide them and manipulate them. You can also do that to the biped, hide selection. And that seems to be about it for this part. The next part will be about actually weighting the vertices to the bones and assigning vertex weights and getting the mesh working the way we want, so we could actually move it around.